Alleluia, alleluia, alleluia. Alleluia, alleluia, alleluia. Jesus proclaimed the gospel of the kingdom and cured every disease among the people. Alleluia, alleluia, alleluia.
The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. At that time, Jesus withdrew to the region of Tyre and Sidon, and behold, a Canaanite woman of that district came and called out, "Have pity on me, Lord, Son of David. My daughter is tormented by a demon." But Jesus did not say a word in answer to her. Jesus' disciples came and asked him, Send her away, for she keeps calling out after us." He said in reply, "I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel." But the woman came and did Jesus homage, saying, "Lord, help me." He said in reply, "It is not right to take the food of the children and throw it to the dogs." She said, "Please, Lord, for even the dogs eat the scraps that fall from the table of their masters." Then Jesus said to her in reply, "O woman, great is your faith. Let it be done for you as you wish." And the woman's daughter was healed from that hour. My brothers and sisters, the gospel of the Lord. I don't know about you, but I would not advise coming between a mother and a daughter. Especially if that daughter is in trouble or sick. Don't get in the way. A mother's love is fierce, right, moms? Direct, primal. She will take care of her young'uns at any cost. Just look at nature. I would not advise coming between a mama bear and her cubs, right? That's where people get into trouble. You know what animal kills the most people in Africa? It's not lions, it's not snakes, or what else? Leopards, or you know what it is? Hippos. Hippopotami. Is that the plural? I just drove by Graders. It said, "Fiona is back." I'm like, okay, I just came to Cincy a month and a half. I said, "Who's Fiona?" "Haven't you heard? Oh my God, where have you been?" Fiona is the baby hippo, right? At the Cincinnati Zoo. And Graders has an ice cream. It's called Chunky Hippo. I'm not going to ask what the chunky refers to, but I think it's because little hippos are cute. They're cuddly. Everybody likes a baby zoo animal, right? But when I Googled it, Fiona weighed 325, okay, as a baby. So just be careful. You don't want to mess around with these cute little wild animals, especially if mama is in the vicinity. But seriously, moms, no doubt, you'll do anything for your children. There's a famous movie called Terms of Endearment. I'm dating myself. Anybody heard of this movie? Shirley MacLaine. Her daughter has cancer. It's sad. It's hopeful, though, too. Shirley's in the hospital, and the nurses are a little tardy in helping her daughter to get a shot. And this is why she won the Academy Award. She starts screaming, "Give my daughter the shot! Give my daughter the shot!" This is what Jesus is about to approach today. Here comes this Canaanite woman. She's a foreigner. She's not Jewish. And Jesus, in the beginning of the gospel, felt that he was called only to the lost sheep in the Jewish tribe. This woman will not take no for an answer, will she? And it's an interesting encounter. She says, Lord, help me. And what does Jesus call her? He says, it's not good to throw the foods, the scraps, to the dogs. Now, who likes to be called a dog here? That's not really very complimentary, is it? And when I researched it, apparently it's rather shocking to our modern sensitivities, but back then, the correct translation was little doggy. For you see, Jews referred to non-Jews or idol worshipers as dogs. And Jesus is probably referring to children's pet dogs, which rich Gentiles or Greeks had in abundance. Unlike Jews, they could raise dogs as pets, etc. But whether it's dog or doggy, it's still a pejorative term. It's still not a compliment, right? The woman, though, says, even the dogs eat the scraps that fall from the table that Jesus calls us to, right? Even the dogs eat the scraps. I may not be high on your list. You just threw me a grenade, calling me a dog, but the mother is still persistent. She will not take no for an answer. Oh, to look at Jesus' face in that. I would love, a visual of this. He's astonished at her will. His compassion. He's frustrated when he looks her in the face. What was going through the woman's mind? I think it's like Shirley MacLaine. Give her the shot. Wait a minute. I don't believe that you will do nothing for me. I know you're merciful, Jesus. I've heard about you. You've helped other people. Help me and my daughter. I'm calling out to you. I've heard you're a compassionate man. I refuse to believe you won't help me. I am persisting. That's how we should be in prayer, perhaps, right? Don't give up on Jesus. Don't give up on God. Be persistent in prayer. Sometimes, often, if not, our prayers are answered not exactly as we would like them to be, but they're answered. And what was going on through Jesus' mind? The wheels are turning. He's sizing up the situation. Here's this Gentile woman, her desperation. Why the dog comment? I believe we see Jesus learning from life. He's having an aha moment. He's expanding in his understanding, I think, of his mission. It's not just to the Jews. And here we are, Christians, Gentiles, right, non-Jews, worshiping our Savior Jesus today. It's a moment, perhaps, when he realized his mission was not local but global. He's going international, and we must too. Cross boundaries. Reassess who we are called to mission to serve, even be friends with. We have the celebration of the underdog, if I can play with dog a little bit, the weak, the sick, people low on the totem pole. But darn it, your faith will save you, Jesus says, even if you're the bottom of the heap. I just look at mothers with children who are sick, special needs, exceptional children, fathers who will stop at nothing to give their children a chance. To give their child a Catholic education, that requires a lot of perseverance, right? It's not cheap. It's expensive. Families who will risk it all for their children, spending hours in hospitals, devoting days, years to caring for a family. And this response is elicited. Oh, woman, great is your faith. We get Jesus in an expansion mode, modeling an expansion of his and our understanding of the kingdom. Stretch, go beyond barriers, be a bridge. Finally, in conclusion, do you know a foreigner? Maybe even in your own family, you might say, my son or daughter is like a foreigner. I don't understand him or her. And vice versa. Teens, you might say, my mom and dad are from another planet. I don't know what country my sister's from. We're from the same parents. Well, today we learn to reach, to be bridges, Here we have the underdog triumphing with Jesus' blessing and encouragement. And Jesus is on the move. He's going global, bigger than perhaps he ever imagined. So is our call, our mission, to open our hearts and go where perhaps we never imagined, in our love and our compassion and our understanding. And may we persevere, as hard as that can be sometimes, to care for the underdog, as Jesus did to the woman today in the gospel.